it would be helpful then to tell us, like, what are some of the concerns regarding seniors and driving? What are some things that people have to keep in mind or that one has to be aware of when you talk about this topic?
So one of the really important considerations is that as we age, our abilities change. For example, vision decreases, our hearing becomes impaired, and our motor reflexes become slower. And these age-related changes can make a big difference in driving safety. One of the myths associated with older drivers is that seniors know when to stop driving. And in fact, many healthy, cognitively intact senior drivers do restrict their driving to safer times and places. However, when we look at crash rates based on distance traveled, so when they're in their vehicle and traveling, the crash rates of older drivers are similar to the very high-risk younger 16 to 24 years of age drivers. And it's also important to note that seniors over the age of 85 have the highest fatality rate of any group. And it's not age, but rather it's the decline in functional abilities that we need when we're behind the wheel.
And so when we talk about seniors of the age of 85 that have the highest fatality in car accidents, do you mean like in that sort of context, or is that?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. And that is a really interesting fact as well. It's not only that they may be of danger to others, that they may be very much dangerous to themselves if not kind of handled properly, or just having to be aware of that from that perspective.
Absolutely.
And part of this, as you talked about this idea of like one of the myths associated is that seniors, they know when to stop driving. And I guess that is the whole thing, that people may not necessarily know when they need to stop driving, and they need to be more aware of that.
Absolutely.